myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built the win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Let's go. We are back with another episode of BWT. I got my guys here with me to predict the Silver Slugger Award winners for this year in the MLB. How we doing, fellas?
You're on mute, Javon.
Hey, it's a good way to start the show, right? I'm doing great, guys, man. Thanks for having me on the show, Teddy. I appreciate it. It's always good to be on with my boy, Davey Dollars.
Yeah, man, it's feel good. You know, just had a great show. Just witnessed my Miami Heat losing the close game at home, but hard-fought game. It's all good. It's all good. My Duke boys got a W today against Maine, of course. You know we're gonna do what we gotta do. I'm ready to talk about these Silver Sluggers, man. You know, we got some guys on here. I mean, my favorite players on the list, of course. I mean, 3-time World Series champ. Gotta. You know.
Here we go.
I'm excited. How you doing?
Oh man, yep. Well, before we get into these predictions, I want to go through all of the shows on the network, and we have one of the hosts of a show on the network. So, Dave, tell us a little bit about your show.
My show basically is a highlight and lowlight of all players, all people in the sports world, not just players. It can be coaches, GMs, owners, analysts, people in the R12 family, doesn't matter. If you are in the sports world, you can be definitely put in the doghouse, or you can be a dog, depending on what you do. You have to watch the show to see exactly what I mean by that.
Yeah. Definitely make sure you guys tune in to my boy's show. And then we have CTC, Carl Talking College, gives you a rundown of all of college football and college basketball. College basketball just tipped off tonight. So he's going to be an extremely busy man. So make sure you tune into that. We've got FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. He gives you all the insider information, who to start, who to sit, who to cut, who to add, all that type of stuff. And we have a Refuse to Lose league where he goes through all of the teams and the matchups during that week. I've been looking forward to the past couple weeks because I've finally been able to win. So make sure you guys tune into that. We've got Kings Talk with Joe Jordan. Sacramento Kings fan, gives you everything you need to know about the Sacramento Kings. This season has been pretty good for them so far, so make sure you tune into that. He recaps every game. And then we have In the Red Corner with Ty, Tomo, and Ricky, boxing show, one of the best shows on the network growing wise. So make sure you guys tune into that because they give some pretty good information in the boxing world. And then we have RBO, Real Ballers Only. This is an NBA show. He covers everything NBA related, and that has tipped off in the past couple weeks. So he's going to be dishing out content a lot this season. We got Unfazed with Joe and AJ. That is a a debate show with two of the most, I would say, heated debaters in the Refuse to Lose family. It's always fun when you got them going back and forth in the chats. And if you
They had one of the most exciting back and forths in the NBA GOAT debate between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. If you have not watched it, trust me, go watch it.
Yeah, definitely tune into that. And then we have the main show, of course, Refuse to Lose. That is with Dave, a co-host. Tomo is a co-host, and then Joe is also a co-host on that show. That's pretty much the sports center of the Refuse to Lose network. They cover everything in the sports world. They go live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 Eastern Standard Time, PM. So make sure you guys tune into that. And all the shows I just listed, there's a link in the bio. You can click, subscribe, and don't miss another episode that we drop in the Refuse to Lose network. So, American League Silver Sluggers. We're going to start off at first base. We got Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Josh Naylor, and Carlos Santana. I'm going to start off with Jovan. Who you got winning?
I got to go with Vladdy for the year that he put up this year. I like Naylor's season as well, but due to average, I got to go with Vladimir Guerrero. Naylor hit 31 home runs. We had Guerrero with 30. And then, they both had over 100 RBIs. And, it's just Guerrero's average is the one thing that sticks out to me between the two candidates. So I got to go with Guerrero. And then, truthfully, Carl Santana had a great year, but just not making the cut for me this year.
Not at all. Dave, who you got?
Vladdy easily for me. When I saw the name, I said, yeah, Vladdy. As soon as I saw it, he had a spectacular year this year. One of the brightest spots for the Blue Jays this year. The brightest spot for the Blue Jays this year.
Yeah, I was going to say the only spot for the Blue Jays.
Because the Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays were the two worst teams in the AL East this year. Shout out to you, Jovan, because you said that the Red Sox will finish third, and they finished third. So shout out to you, my guy.
At least they got one thing right.
Yeah, I'm about to say you got one thing right. So you get closer and closer to getting out of the doghouse, man. You getting that much closer to getting out of the doghouse. But man, Vladdy, his stat speaks for itself. What he did for that team. Just imagine if he didn't play, that team would have probably been the worst in the AL this year if he did not play for them this year. So I think it should be easily Vladdy. Josh Naylor, he had a pretty good season. Don't get me wrong, but Vladdy.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I got to agree with you guys. He had an incredible year. Vladdy will win Silver Slugger this season. Batting over 300 with over 100 RBIs is just ridiculous. And he was one of the hottest hitters coming out of the All-Star break as well in the entire MLB. So credit to him and what he did this year. And that's the first clean sweep that we got so far. I'm going to be tallying these up, and then we'll go back in the chats after they're announced on November 12th, and I'll let you guys know how you did. Second base, we got Jose Altuve from the Astros, Colt Keith from the Tigers, Marcus Semien from the Rangers, and newly free agent Gleyber Torres from the New York Yankees. Dave, who you got with you?
Well, it ain't the new free agent. I can tell you that right now. It ain't him. First baseman, Altuve definitely helped the Astros get back to where they needed to be because they were not looking good in the beginning of the season. They looked terrible. And I believe he was in and out of lineup. He had some injuries. This team was injured, honestly. but he helped them get to where they needed to be able to get into the playoffs. Of course, they didn't get anywhere else, but they got to the playoffs. But I'm gonna go with Coach Keith. I'm gonna go with Coach Keith. I like what he was able to do to help the Tigers get to the playoffs, a team that no one thought was going to get there. They were 9 games behind during the All-Star break, and then they became the hottest team after the All-Star break. And he was one of the huge parts of that. Him and, of course, Screwball, of course. Screwball who's more likely going to be in the conversation for Cy Young in the AL this year. I think he got it. That's just me personally.
But, yeah, I think there's no conversation for a Triple Crown winner as a pitcher. He was great.
But Coach Keith, his stats are good enough to say that he should be in the conversation. I think the impact he had on the team would allow him to be a Silver Slugger for this year.
Jovan?
Yeah. I know Teddy doesn't like this guy too much. He hates the guy actually, but I gotta go Jose Altuve to get his 6th in the past 8 years. Simeon is my second choice for this award. I think Simeon put up an unbelievable year in 2023. 2024, he did also pretty good. But I think Altuve was the bright star that got the Astros into first place after we all thought they were doomed for the season. So, I mean, I got to go with Altuve. He just seems to always hit, always slug, and he also hit 20 home runs this season. So, got to go with Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, I'm not going with Mighty Cheaters.
Check the buzzer. That's all I gotta say. Surprisingly, but not really surprisingly, because you guys know I'm a Yankee fan, I'm going with my boy Glaber. I'm going with Glaber because the Yankees,
as much as he irritated you this year,
defensively, it was all defensively. Okay. And if you guys want to know what Dave is talking about, you can go on my Instagram page right here and see I think I made maybe 3 or 4 reels just talking about
definitely did
about the season. So, but yeah, offensively, he was the guy that stepped up and took over that leadoff spot when the Yankees just continuously just kept putting people in there and they just couldn't get it done. Like Volpe, he started extremely hot and then he cooled way off. We had Verdugo there for a little bit, but after the All-Star break, Gleyber Torres, he took over the leadoff spot and he batted over 300 after the All-Star break in the leadoff spot, and he set the table for Soto and Judge, and that was extremely huge for their RBI chances. And being able to go up early in games was big for the Yankees pitchers. It gives them that confidence that they need to go out there and pitch their game. So yeah, I'm gonna go Gleyber Torres. We got third base. We got third base. We got one of my favorite players, also newly free agent, Alex Bregman. One of my most hated players, Rafael Devers. And Jose Ramirez. I'll start this one off. I'm going with, it's tough for me. It's really tough. It's tough because of the year that Jose Ramirez put up and Bregman. I'm not going Devers. I'll never vote for a Red Sox in these ever.
Okay. True hater.
And then we got another comment. We got Joe saying shout out to Santander. Oh, hey, we'll get to that guy. We will definitely get to that guy. Stay tuned, Joe. But yeah, for Ramirez to put up a quiet 40 home run and 39 stolen base season, nobody was talking about it. Nobody. it was because of what Ohtani was doing with his 50-50, right? But as a third baseman, you don't really see steals like that. And he doesn't look like a fast dude, but as a base runner, you just got to be smart, know when to go. So that's who I'm going with. I'm going with Jose Ramirez. Dave, who you got?
Are you really asking me? Are you really asking me? Come on now. Rafael Devers, man. Devers, I'm going for my guy. My guy. He had 28 home runs this year, 143 hits with 525 at bats, 272 average. In and out of lineup again, just like he was before. And he was the guy for a very long time in that first half of the All-Star, before the All-Star break. He was the guy that had us in position to make the playoffs. And then next thing you know, things just started to change for the team. We started losing pitchers and stuff like that. But this guy, he was the one that held us above water most of the time, him and Duran, and we'll talk about him later. But, you know, this guy right here was one of the brightest spots on the team that was fighting for a wild card spot, but ended up not getting it. But Devers is, to me, and it may be just me, but he's the best player on the team to me. He's the guy that has replaced my favorite player who's with the Dodgers, Mookie Betts, on the team. Just to me, just his impact on the team. And you know, I want to see exactly what happens to surround him with better talent around him this year in the off season. For me, it's still got to be proven of what we're going to do. But Rafael Devers, to me, deserves to be a Silver Slugger this year.
Okay, Jovan.
Dave, I love that answer, man. I mean, dude, Devers is my guy. I love him to death. But just looking at the numbers that Jose Ramirez put up this season, I have to give it to Jose Ramirez. Devers definitely came in second place for me with this award. And then Bregman was in third. All considering we're not looking at defense. If we were looking at the whole package, I definitely have Bregman listed higher. And I think Devers was also hurting a lot this year with his back. So he was in and out of the lineup for quite some time, and he also wasn't. He was absolutely on fire and on pace to win this award if he kept playing the way he was playing in the first half of the season. But Jose Ramirez just put together a great season altogether from beginning to end. And he's been a threat in that lineup. He's one of the only players in that Guardians lineup that can hit for power. And for him to steal 41 bases is pretty impressive as well. So that's why I give it to Jose Ramirez.
Ooh.
Go Red Sox, though. He's going to get it next year.
Just be healthy, my guy.
For real. And I think once we get some players to back him up and protect him, he's going to play a lot better as well.
Let's worry about the all season later. I know I mentioned it. Let's worry about that later.
All right, now we go over to shortstop. We got Gunnar Henderson, Corey Seager, and Bobby Witt Jr. Jovan, I'm going to let you start this one off.
Ooh. Honestly, these are three great candidates this season. My heart's telling me go with Gunnar Henderson for this award, but I have to give it to Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt he was in MVP talks this season. Had an unbelievable 2024 season. I just gotta give respect where respect is due, and I think Bobby Witt Jr. is going to walk away with this award this season.
Dave?
I agree. Y'all know how many times I've talked about Bobby Witt Jr. He was in that conversation with AL MVP along with Aaron Judge, but I think it's going to go to Aaron Judge and deservedly so. I mean, the guy led his team to a World Series appearance, so got to give it to the guy. But Bobby Witt Jr. had a spectacular season this year. spectacular season for a Kansas City Royals team that didn't look like that they belonged in conversations for playoffs, and this guy was balling this year. Bobby Witt Jr. was a dog of the week on my show twice. So I'll let you know how good this guy is. So as I like to say, OG Bobby Witt Jr. I think it's without a doubt he'll be a Silver Slugger. I don't think it should be any question that he should get it because he out of the three guys, he had the best season overall to me.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the second sweep. I got Bobby Witt winning this award. It was tough between Henderson and Bobby Witt, but the year that Bobby Witt had was just ridiculous. Gunnar Henderson got off to a hot start, and then he cooled down, and he was their leadoff guy, and that's kind of why the Orioles fizzled out, because he wasn't setting the tone at the top of the lineup. And Bobby Witt ended up knocking out Henderson in the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah, he had that head-to-head matchup that stayed. Get him out of here.
Exactly.
Bobby he was just like that this year, man. Oh my gosh,
he was. It really was. All right. Now we go to outfield, where we are going to choose 3 out of 5. We got Jared Duran from the Red Sox, Riley Green from the Tigers, Aaron Judge from the Yankees, Anthony Santander from the Orioles, and Juan Soto, newly free agent Juan Soto.
I'm glad you said that. It's a good sound to hear. It's a good sound.
It won't be for long, but I had to say it.
You're right.
You mean newly met. You mean newly met.
You mean newly met.
No. It's newly Dodger. That's what it is. Newly Dodger. You know, they still They still got plenty of money. So
this won't be a show if the freaking Dodgers get him, bro.
Hey, I'm not watching the season.
I heard they might get Sasaki too, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not watching it. I'm not gonna watch that shit. There's no point.
If that happens,
I'll be happy for my guy. But I'm not watching that shit. It's no point. It's gonna take the fun out of the game. Watch. It's gonna be like 5 million people that watch the World Series this year. Like, well, we knew this is gonna happen. There's no point. No point.
Right.
There's no point. But shout out to the MLB though. 15.8 million people tuned into the World Series this year. So that's huge. From last year, I think it was like 11.4 million. So it went up. So I tell y'all keep saying MLB not fun. It's fun. Baseball is fun.
Exactly.
I don't mind starting this one off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say Jarren Duran. I do. I want to say Jarren Duran deserves to be in this because that's my guy. And I feel like he definitely stepped up his shit for us. To me, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to say that he's a Silver Slugger. So I think the Silver Sluggers are already all lined up together. Aaron Judge, Santander, Soto. I think it's those 3 guys. Aaron Judge and Soto had spectacular years this year. With Juan Soto, his first year as a Yankee, maybe his only year. We don't know yet, but he's a free agent. But they both had great seasons this year, especially in the regular season. Aaron Judge had 58 home runs this year. Juan Soto hit 30-plus home runs. Like, these guys were balling this year. And
40.
I mean, I know he had 40. I'm just saying 30-plus. You know,
career high.
I got you. And still a free agent. He's not with the Yankees right now. He's a free agent. He's playing Call of Duty. Call of Duty right now.
Like check loading, bro. I'm telling you.
But I think those 3, Santana, Aaron Judge, and Juan Soto, had the best years out of the 5 guys that were named. If Jarren Duran was more consistent throughout the year, then maybe he would have had a chance. Same thing with Riley Green. But those 3 guys had spectacular years this year, so I would give it to them without a doubt. Aaron Judge for sure is going to make it. He led the league. He led the MLB in home runs this year. There's no way they're not going to give it to him. So
yeah. Yep. Jovan?
Yeah, so dang, Dave, I didn't know I was going to disagree with you on this one, but I actually do have Jan Duran winning this.
Okay. Let me hear. Let me
I,
hear.
I have him getting a trophy.
You may make me walk back my comments. Go.
Hey, I don't disagree with you that Santander had a great year. Um, I mean, he mainly to me was just a power guy, where I think Jan Duran brought the stolen bases into the game. He also had a higher average than Anthony Santander as well, and he scored more runs than him as well. Um, Anthony Santander, let's see how many times he scored this year. He scored 91 times. Jan Duran scored 111 times. And then he only had two stolen bases. Jan Duran had 34. Um,
You
21
can't.
home runs.
Come on.
21 home runs compared to 44 is a big drop off, for sure. But I mean, just seeing the way this guy played every day, all the hustle, um, it's hard for me not to give him this award, just for how much he respected the game this season. The other two people, pains me to say, they're both wearing pinstripes this past year. Is Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. That's
Yeah.
my three choices for this season.
Yep. I'm sorry, Carl, but your guy is not getting one vote for this Super Slugger. I'm so sorry, Carl. Just be glad you
Oh
are
my
allowed.
God!
I'm sorry, but
I better say you get one vote.
I'm agreeing with Dave on this one. I'm going Judge, Santander, and Juan Soto. The reason why I'm going with Santander over Duran is he had a contract year, right? And he went out there and put up career numbers. Like, this man is not only going to get a Silver Slugger, he's going to get paid. So that's why I go with him over Duran. And it's just that ugly uniform that Duran wears. There's something about it. Let's move on to catcher. We got Yanier Diaz from the Astros, Shea Langeliers from the I don't know what you can call it, the Athletics, the A's, the baseball team that wears green and yellow. I don't know what they want to be. I don't know what they want to be called nowadays.
Well, right now they're still the Athletics, so that's what we go.
Yeah, it's strange. And you got Salvador Perez from the Royals and Kyle Raleigh. I'm going to start this one off. I'm going Shea Langeliers. This dude was balling. Every time I saw him on TV, he was hitting bombs. Like, every single night. And he helped that offense. And an offense that lost me $100 from this bet that I had in the offseason with some random guy on my Instagram. So
he hit you up too. He hit you up.
Oh, dude hit me up once the Angels clinched last place. He said, "Yo." Like, there, you got it, bro. Yeah, he did not hesitate, I'll tell you that. So I'm gonna go with Shea for this one. Dave, who you got?
For this one, let's see.
UNC, you suck.
I'm gonna go with Yordan Alvarez, man. That's what I'm gonna go with this time.
What?
Oh no, I'm ahead. My
Catcher.
Catcher. My bad. I'm ahead.
Yo, Dave, I love you, Dave.
I'm gonna go with Salvador Perez for the Royals. I think he had. If I look at what he did when I looked at what he did compared to Was it Rayleigh or Riley?
Rally. Yep.
Riley and Diaz. What's up with these names, man? I just these last names can be so hard to pronounce sometimes.
Welcome to the school. Welcome.
Was that Langeliers?
Langley. Yep.
I just think his was more not just eye popping, but it was more impactful because of what he did for that team. I mean, the Astros were expected to get there, but the reason why they got there was more so Jose Altuve than it was Diaz. The Mariners, I mean, they're the Mariners. What can I really say about that? And the A's, another team that just didn't really do much. So if you look at the two guys that actually had an impact on their team to get their teams into the postseason, I'm gonna go with Salvador Perez. I think that guy did more than the other guys with more of an impact, and his numbers are good enough to say that he deserves to be on this list. And I think he's the guy that deserves to get the Silver Slugger as a catcher for the AL.
That's a great choice, Dave. For me, I actually went with Cal Raleigh on this one. He led all catchers in home runs, and then he also hit 100 RBIs, which I think is very impressive. Salvador Perez came in second for me. He led in RBIs, and he also helped his team get to the playoffs. So I completely agree with you on your choice. I think it's definitely tough, but I had to go with Cal Riley just because of the home runs and the 100 RBIs.
Yeah. All right. Now we go to where Dave thought we were. We're a designated hitter. We got Yordan Alvarez from the Astros, Brent Rooker from the Athletics, and Giancarlo Stanton from the Yankees.
I can start this. I can start this one off if you want. Oh, we got a comment.
We got Jordan. Perez is a good shout. Yep.
Yes, sir. What up, broski?
Jordan.
I'm about to say, isn't that your little brother?
Yep.
Why are you not in the baseball chat, man? What's up?
Emphasize little. Emphasize little, right?
Little big brother, because he's gonna be the star. You know, he's my boy's gonna get drafted next year. So,
Facts.
Shout out to you, Jordan. But you need to be in the baseball chat, man. We need someone that's going to be in the league in the chat. You know how awesome that's going to be. Come on, man.
Right. But then I have to watch my language in the chat if he joins.
You already got his
Hey, that's sus, bro. That's sus.
Tell him again.
I know you're not talking about my weight, bro.
Yo, oh man. So Jovan, let's start this one off with you.
Yeah, this one, dang, dude, this is a tough one. But for me, it's definitely between Brent Rooker and Giancarlo Stanton for the season. And I mean, the dude Brent Rooker just took the league by storm this season. I don't think anybody expected this guy to do what he did this season. He 39 home runs, 112 RBIs, 11 stolen bases, 160 hits. I mean, the dude just went off. So I have to give this award to him, just based on how he hit. I mean, he even had a 293 average, which is unheard of for someone that's hitting home runs. So I mean, this could be one of his best seasons that you'll see him have. If not, he might go absolutely become a superstar. So I would like to see him on a different team. I know he's in a lot of trade talks at the deadline this past year. And I would love to see him on the Red Sox. I think it would have helped us out a lot. But we'll see what the future has for this guy. But I'm going with Brent Rooker for this year as a DH.
I don't think I need to say who I vote for because I had blurted his name in the last the last selection. But Yordan Alvarez, man. He to me is the other guy, the other hitter on that team that made an impact, almost just as important as Jose Altuve. I think those two guys are two of the best players for the Houston Astros. So I think I'm gonna give it to him. I don't disagree with what you said about Rooker or John Collar said. They both had spectacular seasons for both of their teams. I mean, the only thing is Brent Rooker didn't make the playoffs. I mean, because the A's are just terrible. That's just kind of how it is. Although their pitching was very good this year to start off. So the A's pitching teams are going around that want to improve. You might want to look at what they have there and try to trade for some of those guys if they're not going to do much about it. But just saying. But I'm going to give it to Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah. I'm going with Brent Rooker. He, like Jovan said, he took the league by storm this year. This dude, he was not talked about enough. The reason why I'm going with him over the two other guys is because the two other guys were hurt for like a good month of the season. Alvarez probably more, which is what really hurt the Astros. But Stanton, even though his impact in the lineup was huge because the record with Stanton and without Stanton was significantly better. Like it
especially
was
when Stanton, Soto, and Aaron Judge are they playing well? It's almost like you guys are undefeated.
It was crazy. But the year that Brent Rooker had, it needs to be recognized with an award for sure. And Jordan said, did you guys already talk shortstops? Yes, we did. We talked about the American League, but your guy is coming in the National League, so stay tuned. And now we go over to utility.
We got to let them know that it was a unanimous decision, and it was everybody picked Bobby Witt Jr. in the American League.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Bobby Witt. It's easy.
Yep. For the utility, we got Willie Castro, Josh Smith, and Jordan Westberg. Kind of to me, but I'm going to start off and go with Jordan Westberg because he had the better year out of these guys. Who you guys got? I'm going to start with Dave.
Same. Jordan Westberg, because it's like, is this really a great list?
Yeah.
Not really a great list. So I'm gonna go with the guy that had the better year out of the three.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with both of you guys on this one. I'm going with Jordan Westberg. And he was a Red Sox killer this season.
I mean, it ain't too hard to find some of those this year, Just saying.
No, it's not. You guys killed yourself. But
relax.
So we go over to the team Silver Slugger, and we got two teams nominated for this award. We got the Yankees and the Orioles. I don't think I have to say who I'm picking for this award, but I'm going to go with the Yankees for obvious reasons. Like,
I want to hear
who you got.
I want to hear what Javon says before I say anything.
Oh, okay.
You said we're choosing between the Yankees and the Orioles. As far as I have to go with the Orioles.
I knew it.
I had to, and I think you'd have to, like, dude. Their season was, they dominated a lot. You guys both went back and forth a lot of the season, but I mean the firepower that the Orioles had all season long was pretty. It seemed historical. I thought they were going to actually make a great run this year in the playoffs, and they just absolutely choked, just like they did last year. But looking at their team and how they played offensively, it seemed like Gunnar Henderson was hitting a bomb every night, along with Santander. And then they just had a good group of guys that were hitting. I just feel like they were hitting all night. But I know who you're gonna choose, Teddy, and that's okay. It's all right.
I already chose my guys.
He already said his.
I already said my guys.
I already went with the mighty Yankees, as Kike would say.
I just wanted to see where your head was.
We're not gonna bring that guy up on this show. Oh, man.
He brought this guy out. He used to be fat. His name is Joe.
So I don't like either one of these teams. Let's be honest about this. I don't like the Orioles, and I very much don't like the Yankees.
You can say it.
At all.
You can say it.
But I'm going to go with the Yankees. I think the Yankees have the Silver Sluggers as far as the team, because you got to think about Verdugo, Gleyber Torres. You got to think about Soto, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton. All of those guys made big impacts. You got to think about the other guys. You got to think about Jazz Chisholm, who came on later in the year to help out the team as well. It's the Yankees for me. They were the best team in the AL East this year, the best team in the AL, got all the way to the World Series. And I just believe out of the two teams that were selected, it's them. I think the Orioles had a good year, but I don't think it was, for me, I don't think it was close to what the Yankees did.
We got another comment. Javi Baez snubbed as his shortstop, the Silver Slugger.
Dude, he did horrible this year. He picked it up a little bit, but he did horrible, man. Yo, I need like a 15-second intermission to grab my charger because my phone's gonna die.
Go ahead. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, I don't know about the intermission, my guy. He's gonna be missing out on 15 minutes of talk.
Right. You just said 15 seconds. All right. Let's go to the National League. We got Pete Alonso, Freddie Freeman, and Bryce Harper. Dave, start us off. Jordan, tell Jovan the world doesn't revolve around.
That's funny. I'm going with your guy.
Ooh.
I'm going with your guy.
Okay.
Phillies at one point were the best team in baseball.
Until they ran into who?
There you go. Until they ran into you guys, of course.
Yes, sir.
And we helped out too. So, you know. we gave them an L in that series too. So, Tay, I know you're a Phillies fan, but there you go. Yeah. There you go. But yeah, Bryce Harper, man. Bryce Harper is one of the best players in the National League. He's the captain of this team. To me, the best player on this team. It's Bryce Harper, man. Pete Alonso had a good year for the Mets. Don't get me, he had a great year for the Mets, and I wouldn't be mad if anyone says Pete Alonso. Freddie Freeman more so had a great playoff than he did in a regular season. To me, as far as his impact and everything and what he was able to do, being hobbled and pretty much leading the World Series in home runs, and so he balled out. But I'm giving it to Bryce Harper.
Yep. We've been agreeing pretty much all night, Dave, and I'm gonna go with Bryce Harper as well.
Hey, man, look, I made sure I was prepared for tonight, so I can't come on here slumming, man. I gotta get these awards. I still gotta go.
You hear that, Giovanni? He's trying to take your award from you. He's pulling it up.
Don't know you won. That's last year. That's last year. That's last year. I'm sorry, my name gonna be on the award this time. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. All right. Dang. So this year,
first base, Jovan.
Yeah. I mean,
I know who he's going with.
I mean, what a year by Bryce Harper.
I knew it.
Oh man,
I knew it. He's gonna do it because he's been talking about it all year. He's gonna
I
do
don't
it.
know if I can do it, dude.
Just say it. Just say it.
Am I gonna go with the freak, the absolute freak, Pete Alonso, the polar bear? I think I got to give it to him, dude. I mean,
I knew it.
free agent year. Pete Alonso just goes out and he does the unthinkable. I mean, I think he's getting more of my vote for what he did in the postseason, which is kind of skewing what he did in the regular season. If you're looking at regular season, I think Bryce Harper is the clear cut favorite for this award.
It's a clear
But
cut. That's a good word.
I know, right? My bad. Clear cut favorite for this award.
Well,
But I'll just go with my boy Pete Alonso. Give him some love since you guys want to both go with Bryce Harper.
Hey,
Break
I
up the
said I'm not
sweep.
mad if you pick Pete Alonso. I think he had a great year, so yeah, I ain't mad.
did.
You did. But Bryce Harper's numbers definitely jump off the page a little bit more, I think.
Yeah,
When you're
sure
looking
does.
at,
Sure does. When I look at that paper, I tell Bryce.
Yeah. All right, so we go to second base. We got Luis Garcia Jr., Jonathan India, and Ketel Marte. I'm going with Ketel Marte. That dude just rakes. Both sides of the plate. He's there almost every day. He's got the swag. He even did something this year where he kissed the ball before throwing it over to first base after fielding it.
I remember
Nothing to do with the Silver Slugger award, but like to have that much swag on a baseball field, it's like, come on. He was
Insane. Insane is what he is. Insane.
insane, and he was their leadoff guy, and he had power. He was hitting the ball all over the field from both sides of the plate. Just a ridiculous year by Ketel. Jovan, who you got?
I got Ketel Marte too. He had a career high of home runs this year, 36 dingers. And yeah, man, I mean, he's just a baller. And I think he outballed both of these guys, India and Garcia. I mean, if you asked me if I could have one of these players on my team out of those three, I'd have to go with Ketel Marte. And I think he's going to win this award this year.
Yep. Dave.
Same. Ketel Marte. I don't need to explain any more than you guys just did. I just feel like he had a great year and the best out of the guys that was there. So Ketel Marte.
We go to third base. We got Alec Boehm, Matt Chapman, and Manny Machado. Interested to see where Jordan goes with this one, seeing who he just signed with. Jordan, drop your prediction. Jovan, who you got?
I got to go Manny Machado, man. I mean, I hated him so much on the Orioles, dude. He was such a dirty player, but like once he went to the Padres, he just grew on me, dude. He's one of my favorite players. Just the way he goes about his business, he just balls out, and his arm is unbelievable. He has an absolute cannon. I know that has nothing to do with hitting, but I mean, his arm is unbelievable. He had 29 home runs and he had 105 RBIs. That takes the cake for me. I got to give it to Manny Machado.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. He was one of the key components when Tatis went down with his injury. Him and Jackson Merrill played extremely well this year. So I'm going to have to go with Manny Machado as well.
Clean sweep. Manny Machado for me as well.
Another one.
Good old Manny.
Yep. And Jordan said, "Let it fly, baby."
Yes, sir.
Is I believe that's the overfly saying. So you don't know what that is. It's the bat company. Manny
Yeah,
Machado
I
signed
must
to
say, I definitely don't know what that is. So please explain. I appreciate it.
And yeah, right there, Jovan has JJ7.
This is the JJ7 model. This is my brother's model right here.
Yep.
That's tough. I like the colors.
It's Freddy Krueger model.
That's tough.
Super tough. And Jordan, you want to call me soft? Look at you, writing me a sweet little note right here. How much you love your big brother. Yeah. Take that to the bank.
That's hilarious, man.
Oh man. He said he would have bullied you from home plate if you were pitching again when he was on the Orioles.
Yeah, right.
We go over to shortstop. Willie Adames from the Brewers, Ellie De La Cruz, and Francisco.
You know who I'm voting for.
And Francisco Lindor.
You know who I'm voting for. It's the guy, the fast guy, Ellie De La Cruz. You know I'm going for him. He is one of my favorite young players in the game right now, and he be balling, man.
Mm-hmm.
One thing about him, once he gets on base, you better watch second plate. You better watch second base, second and third. You better watch it because he's gonna steal it. He's gonna find a way, and he's gonna do whatever he can to make sure he gets himself in scoring position. That boy is nice. He is that young man right there, Ellie De La Cruz, came onto the scene last year, and then this year he just continued it on. He got one, although he needs to fix his strikeouts. He needs to fix his strikeouts because that's alarming. That is alarming. But I'm going with Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah. I mean, Ellie De La Cruz, 67 stolen bases is outrageous, but doesn't do it for me for this particular selection. I had to go with Francisco Lindor off of the season that he had this year. Just class act, professional, and just balled out. Straight up. Just went on a tear this season. Carried his boys to the playoffs. After Steve Cohen was like, damn, man, I spent all my money. What am I getting in return? It's kind of funny how both the Mets and the Padres were supposed to have juggernaut teams the year before last because of all the money they spent. And then the year after, they both made it to the playoffs, and they both made some noise, which is kind of ironic.
Yep.
And the two teams that made it to the playoffs, that made it to the World Series, also spent money this year.
Yep.
Yeah. If you're an owner in the MLB, take notes. You got to spend money to win. It's just got to be done.
Red Sox, spend money. Stop being so freaking cheap.
He spends his money everywhere else in every other professional sport. It's ridiculous.
We just gave Nick Pivetta $21 million.
What?
Yes. Well, we gave him a qualifying offer of $21 million, so you know he's gonna take that. No one's gonna give him $20 million. Nick Pivetta, dude.
Oh my goodness, Red Sox suck again. I'm gonna have to go with Lindor on this one. He just had a crazy season. The fact that he was snubbed for Gold Glove, he was snubbed for All-Star selection. He better not get snubbed for Silver Slugger. He carried the Mets offensively. Like it was either him or Pete Alonso that were coming up clutch all year long. So voters, please do Lindor some justice and give him the Silver Slugger this year. We go to the
or just give it to Elliot De La Cruz, and I'll be good.
We go over to the outfield. We got rookie Jackson Chourio from the Brewers, Teoscar Hernandez from the Dodgers, Jackson Merrill from the Padres, Jurickson Profar from the Padres, and Saya Suzuki from the Cubs. Jovan, start this one off.
So I got Teoscar Hernandez as my number one choice. Number two, I went with Chourio, the Rook, the young blood, just came out and balled out. And my third choice was very difficult. I didn't know who to pick out of these three, but I ended up going with Jurickson Profar to finish it off. Those are my three choices.
Okay, Dave?
Yeah, I got Teoscar, of course. I got him too. I got Suzuki for the Cubs. I feel like I like what he did this year for the Cubs. And I'm actually going to go with Jackson Merrill. I got Jackson Merrill and Suzuki and Teoscar Hernandez.
Okay. Yeah, I got Teoscar Hernandez goes out, signs a 1-year deal, and absolutely balls out, wins himself a World Series championship. Jackson Merrill, Rookie of the Year candidate. It's a shame that Paul Skeens is going to win it because of what Jackson Merrill did all year long. And then the third one was tough for me. It was between Profar and Chourio, and I think Profar has a chance of winning like comeback player of the year because of what he was last year and how he bursted onto the scene this year and played extremely well. But for Jackson Chourio to be a rookie, he got an $80 million deal before he even stepped foot into the major league clubhouse. And for him to go out there and perform the way that he did was just ridiculous. That pressure to be the guy and to go out.
It's called believing in yourself. Believing in yourself and go out there and playing a game. And that's what he did. He believed in himself and he went out there and balled out.
Yep. And in the playoffs, he had one game for 2 home runs, right? In his first postseason. So I went with those three for the outfield. And then we go to catcher. We got William Contreras, JT Realmuto, and Will Smith. I'll start this one off.
There's been a Will Smith that has won the World Series the last 5 years. But I'm not going to go with him. I'm going with Contreras. I like what Will Smith. I like that Will Smith got a ring, but I'm going to go with William Contreras. I think for me, I just feel like he had the best overall season out of the three guys there.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to go with Will Smith on this one. He took advantage of his spot in the lineup, batting after Betts and Ohtani and Freeman and Teoscar, and sometimes he even batted behind Muncy, right? Where pitchers were letting these guys get on so they can face Will Smith, and he took complete advantage of it throughout the entire season. So that's why he's got my vote for this.
Yeah.
He felt some disrespect. He was like, "Oh, you want to pitch me? Go around them? Okay." So
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I respect Will Smith. Like you said, he's just not the top leverage guy in like key situations for his team, and he still put together a great year. But when I look at these numbers, I got to go with William Contreras. He had an unbelievable season. He probably had the best season of his career, arguably, with 23 home runs and 92 RBIs. And then the only reason why Realmuto isn't getting much attention from me is because he was out for some time this year. So,
and he's
didn't do that great. But Yeah, so my choice is Contreras on this one.
Yeah. I don't think we really have to go over DH because of the year that this guy had, but there's only 2 guys for DH in the National League. It's Ohtani
We know who it's going to.
and
Let's just go ahead to the next one. We know who it's going to. It's
the
going
only
to
thing
Otani.
the only thing I want to say is Ozuna chose a bad year to have a career year. I'll tell you that.
Mhm.
Like, because Ohtani just put incredible numbers. He'll go on and win NL MVP. But shout out to Ozuna for being the MVP of the Braves while everybody else was hurt or just not producing the way that they were in the previous year.
Yeah, one of their best players got hurt early in the season. Then after he started off hot and then got hurt and was out for the year. So definitely sorry for that. But Ohtani had a 50-50 season, the first 50 season in MLB history.
Yeah.
He's in a class by himself. So it's no way he doesn't win Silver Slugger this year.
Yep.
I agree. I got to go with Ohtani on this one as well. Kudos to Marcell Ozuna for going off, though. If Ohtani was like a regular human, not like a freak out of this world, he might have had a shot. But it's funny, like at the beginning of the season, they were both like neck and neck. There was like a battle, but Ohtani just took off. He went beast mode, and Ohtani's definitely gonna win that.
Yeah, it might even be unanimous, honestly.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Ozuna from the Braves. You are not the Silver Slugger.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
We go to utility in the National League, which I think is the toughest one in the National League. We got Luis Arias from the Marlins/Padres. We got Mookie Betts from the Dodgers. We got Jake Berger from the Marlins and Brian Reynolds from the Pirates. Dave, start this one off.
I knew you was going to be first. I knew it. I love Mookie. Mookie, man. It's my guy. It's my favorite player in baseball right now. And I'm going with him. Look my man Jordan. Look my man Jordan on my side. That's what I'm talking about. Mookie Betts is my guy, man. He's my guy. But in all honesty, I can't give it to Mookie because he missed too much time for me. He just missed too much time to be able to say that he deserves to win this over these other guys. I'm gonna go with Luis Arias. That's what I'm going with. Spectacular year this year. So did Jake Berger and Brian Reynolds as well. But Luis Arias, I think I talked about him on my show. Maybe once or twice, but that guy. I'm speechless right now. Honestly, talking about Luis Arias, he had a great year this year. I think Mookie Betts did too, but he missed too much time for me to say that he deserves this over these other guys.
Yeah,
had to take my bias up out of it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. I went with Luis Arias as well. I mean, for someone to have a 200 hit season you don't hear of that anymore in this day and age.
It's ridiculous.
He plays like he was playing in the 1920s or something. This guy, he looks at hitting as an art. And I mean, he does it with the best of them. To have 200 hits is just unbelievable.
Yeah. I thought this was not going to be unanimous, but we all agree on Luis Arias.
Teddy, I already knew you were going for Luis Arias. When I saw his name on it, I said, I know who Teddy's picking. I knew it.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. I feel bad for Brian Reynolds. He's not even a utility guy. He's an outfielder. Like, right. put him on the list with the outfielders. Like, you could have taken out Saya Suzuki for him. Like, why are you doing that to Brian Reynolds? He had such a good year. I feel bad for him. I really do. Mm-hmm. And Berger, I mean, he was a first baseman. You can't, like, I don't know. I think they really messed this one up. As far as finalists go, Arias is a utility guy. He was playing second. He plays first. He plays third. Right. So, I mean, I got to go with Luis Arias on this one. But I really do feel bad for Brian Reynolds because he had a great year. He's one of the better hitters in this league, and it's sad that he is rotting in Pittsburgh. But they do have.
He's even asked for a trade, man, and then they're not willing to move.
It's two guys riding in Pittsburgh right now. Well, one guy is just starting, but he's about to be riding in Pittsburgh too. And you named him twice already, Paul Skeens.
Yeah, they do have a bright future though. Their pitching rotation is coming along. With him, Jones.
Neil Cruz is nasty too.
He also struggles with fielding the baseball.
Mm-hmm.
No, just fielding the baseball. That's why he got moved to center field this year. And now we got the final award of the night. We got Diamondbacks and the Dodgers for Team NL Silver Sluggers.
Dodgers.
Yep.
Dodgers, man. Yeah, there are too many hitters on that team. Too many impact players. Mookie, Ohtani, Freeman, Teoscar, Kike Hernandez. There's so many guys that made impact. Will Smith, so many guys that made impact on this team. It's the Dodgers.
Yep, I agree. I think, like I said this backstage before we started the show, I think it would have been a tougher debate if it was between the Padres and the Dodgers than Diamondbacks and Dodgers. But yeah,
and then
too much star power.
Yeah, was it Edmund too? Edmund has made some key plays in the playoffs. Muncy, I mean, all these guys. It's got to be the Dodgers. I'll be shocked if it's not the Dodgers. Yeah,
they're too deep. The team's too deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I went with the Dodgers as well for this award for the same exact reasons that you went with. The lineup was just that. It really was. There was a couple guys that you can really pitch to and say, all right, we can get this guy out. But
everyone else is like, gotta pray. I mean, unless it's in the playoffs, then you can get Ohtani out.
Shots fired.
Carl's not gonna like that one.
Yeah, hey, the numbers speak for themselves. You know, same thing with Aaron Judge. Numbers speak for themselves.
Ipe's gonna come and get you.
Man, Ipe's gonna
come and get you, Davey. Be careful.
Hey, tune into Dave's Doghouse. I haven't talked about anybody in the World Series. They will be talked about on Wednesday.
Ipe hasn't been let out the doghouse since April. He's struggling. He's right in Dave's backyard, so watch out, Mike.
Hey, he getting the scraps of puppy chow right now. He ain't even in the bowl. He getting what's left.
Jovan's getting more food than Ipe now because he was right with the Red Sox.
There you go. The better you are, the more portions you get.
All I need is some water. All right.
Nah, you don't get that yet.
You got dirty water right now. You don't get clean water.
Dirty water.
There it is. There it is. Oh man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, Ipe's in jail for 33 years.
As the fall guy. That's
I'm sorry.
You know I'm eating good.
Couldn't be me. Could not be me. If you doing something illegally, I'm not spending no time for you. Everybody that knows me right now, I'm telling you this. If you do something illegal, don't expect me to take the time for you because it ain't happening. I'm telling you, it is not happening. I love my life. I'm getting married soon. I got kids. Nope, ain't happening. Sorry. Find someone else. Get somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
I'll take 33 years for $500 million. How much money do you think he's gonna give this guy, dude? If he's actually covering for him,
if he gives him money, that makes him it makes him look like he was a part of it.
Oh, dude, he already looks like he was a part of it.
But what I'm saying is they're going to investigate him.
I think this is just taking the fall for him, dude.
bro, I'm a gambler. I know when somebody got a parlay in. There's no way that Ohtani was sitting courtside sweating without a parlay.
True. I remember that video. That was crazy.
Come on. He definitely took the fall for him, but I'm not taking no fall. I'll tell you that. I don't care.
That's life-changing money, dude, for your whole family and
Thank you,
generations.
Joe. I love my freedom more than money. No money can pay for my freedom. I love my freedom more than money. I'm sorry. I don't half a billion, half a trillion.
He'll
Don't
get on
matter.
in 15
I'm not doing
years
it.
on good behavior, dude. He'll get on in 15 on good behavior.
Nah, man. 33 years? 33 years? I'm 33 now. That means I'm not getting until I'm 66. No.
You'll get out when you're 45, bro. You'll be chilling.
No, that's still too long. No. Nope. I'm good.
You'll be out when Ohtani's career is over, and you'll just be chilling. Be chilling with him.
I don't want to hear none of that. I'm not risking. Nope. I don't care. Nope.
Yeah.
No. You going to jail for that? Not me. You.
Yeah.
I'm staying free.
I'm good. Yeah. Ipe is in jail. Yep. But yeah, this was a great show, fellas. Thanks again for coming on. Let's wait for November 12th. When the awards are announced, I'll tally up who we got, and we can come back here live and show the results, or of course we can or we could get
That's true. When you put it like that, Joe, you're right.
You should have thought about that automatically. You got two kids.
He got two, and he ain't even.
That's when it gets deep. That's when it gets deep. I'm like, damn. Missed all his Little League games.
I forget about Little League. I'm not trying to miss a first step. Forget that. I ain't trying to miss nothing. Nah. Right. All right. Ipe, you better than me, my guy.
But yeah, guys, you got any last words before we head out for the night?
Great show. I had a lot of fun talking about these Silver Sluggers, man. Can't wait to see what the results are. Even though I don't think Mookie will get it, I'll be happy if I see him get it. But man, I'm just glad. It was an awesome baseball season this year. Awesome playoff season. Even though my Red Sox didn't get where I wanted them to get, I knew they didn't have enough. But come on, man, can we do something this offseason? Please. I'm begging you. Please do something.
You got Nick Pivetta, bro. You're good.
No. Shut up. Please do something. Do something, please. And Jordan, when the draft happens next year, we are going to be live when you get drafted. I'm telling you that now. It's going to happen. When you get drafted, it's going to be live. BWT will be live.
Yep. R2L exclusive.
Yep. Members only. So hit that member button.
Yes, sir.
Gotta be a superstar to get that type of content.
Tap in. Hey, I just want to say while we're wrapping up, man, thank you, Teddy, for having me on. Davey, always good to be chopping it up with you, talking sports, talking baseball. And shout out to everybody that was tuning into the show. Jordan, you my guy. Love you, bro. And yeah, man, can't wait for this upcoming off season. I'm hoping that the Sox make some big moves, a big splash. And yeah, man, I think this is gonna be the Red Sox year. Red Sox World Series 2025. Yes, sir.
Yo, Dave, you remember that food we were talking about earlier? Just take it away, dude. Just take it away. Yeah.
I tried to save you, Jamal. I tried to save you. And you just had to go. You had to go Mark and Decorous delusional on me. You just had to do it.
Crazy.
Let's go, Red Sox.
Yeah, Joe. Me and Joe went to a Red Sox game this year. It was Red Sox versus, I believe, the Astros. And this pitcher, I don't even know who it was. I think it was that dude Rodriguez, the lefty that you guys got. He was pitching and he was doing
Joely Rodriguez.
Yes.
The kid sucks.
Joely needs to be
the
in the
Diamondbacks.
celly because he sucks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was the Diamondbacks. But yeah, he was doing awful, and that's what I yelled to him in the stands: pack your bags because you're going to Worcester. You suck. Make sure you guys tune in to Kings Talk. I'm sure he's gonna go live in a few minutes to go over the Kings and Heat game. Be on the lookout for another episode with my boy Jordan. We have been in talks for another episode, so make sure you're hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on another video that I drop. There will be other predictions like Gold Glove and MVP, Cy Young, all that other stuff, Rookie of the Year coming along. And we are also going to do recaps of all the teams in the chats. So fellas, you guys know where you guys stand on that. Sabonis with the game winner. Okay. It's a little sneak peek of tonight's show. But as always, man, I appreciate you guys for coming on. Great show tonight, and let's wait for these awards to be released. All right, until next time, I'm BWT. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.